Hi, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Rachel. I'm a compulsive overeater. I weigh and measure 3 meals a day off the gray sheet, write it down, call into my sponsor. Don't eat between meals. What a gift. What a miracle. What freedom. God and abstinence are the most important things in my life today, without exception. As I say that, I feel the relief washing over me when I say it like that, and I slow down and I pause and I hear that I am blessed to have a solution today. First of all, I want to, when when I was just asked to speak, I was like, it's probably a small little meeting, and I was very calm about it. And I got on and I'm like, oh, yikes, it's not such a small meeting. And who are all these people? And I started getting nervous. I wanted to comment that your format is so nice. I've never heard on a Gray Sheet meeting that they offer the people less than 90 days to read stuff. That is beautiful, because newcomers, they tend to hide in the back and be quiet and scared and blah, blah, blah. And it's such a good way to include the newcomer and let them do service. There's limited service people could do on the 90 days. And it's really nice to hear that you gave that option to people that are counting days to include them, because they are welcome here. So that was beautiful. Second thing I want to do is thank Laura for asking me to speak. It is a delight to watch Laura get abstinent on the Gray Sheet meetings. Was a beautiful miracle that I witnessed. I had the privilege. And even more than her getting abstinent, the bravery of jumping in and doing service right away. That's beautiful. People sometimes get abstinent, but it takes a long time till they do service. So yeah, you're an example, a Gray Sheet example. Third thing I'm gonna say is, since I noticed that the topic is without exception, so I'm going to try to at least cover a little bit without exception, and then I'll go back and tell you my story if I don't get carried away and there's still time left. So to me, without exception means no matter what, no matter where, no matter why, no matter who. It doesn't matter. It means everywhere, all the time, no matter what I'm thinking, feeling, believing, just always. There is no exception ever, anywhere. I have a sponsee that has many more years than I do. And every day when she finishes giving me her food, she says, and there's always a way to stay abstinent. That's how she finishes her, and she travels around the world nonstop. I would hate if I had to travel like her, but she does it. She does it, and she does it all over the world, no matter what, for years and years. It's doable. It's doable. So for me personally, without exception, right now, it means that no matter what, I am going through a vertigo attack. I actually was like sitting here thinking I should pull over the garbage can in case I need to give back my lunch. That's how nauseous and dizzy I am. And it's lasting longer than it usually does. Usually it's a day or two and I survive it and then it goes away. It started about 34 years ago, when a lot of people, including the medical field, didn't even know what vertigo was. Today, I think most people have already heard of vertigo. It's basically when there's some kind of imbalance in the fluid in your ear, and it causes dizziness, and it seems like the whole ceiling is spinning and the light bulbs flying around the room, and you feel like you're going to lose your balance. And then, of course, you get nauseous from being dizzy. But without exception, I do this anyway. So I always want to eat because I'm a compulsive overeater, even if I'm nauseous, and even if I have a virus, and even if I'm sick, and even I always want to eat. But really, I don't. Really, I don't. When you feel like you're putting it down and it's going to come right back up, it's not so exciting to look forward to such kind of meals. But I eat anyway, and I eat what I'm supposed to anyway. And if it's really, really bad and it's going to come up, I have a sponsor. I do not make any decisions on my own. I will pick up the phone and call her and tell her, and she will tell me what to do, and I will listen. I never listen to anybody or anything. I know all the answers better than you. But thank God I listened today. And I'll tell you what kind of crazy compulsive overeater I am, and maybe some of you can relate. My head goes, well, if you're nauseous anyway, so eat the foods that make you nauseous. That's the kind of compulsive overeater I am. If you're dizzy anyway, then eat the foods that you think make you dizzy. Why do I hurt myself? I don't know. But there are foods on the gray sheet that I need to look at. Maybe dairy is not good for me anymore. I'm kicking and screaming. I don't want to give it up. Don't take more food away from me. Maybe soy causes it. My ears like to blow up. I don't know. Maybe caffeine. I don't know. I don't drink that much coffee, but I need my 16-ounce coffee for breakfast to fill me up. Maybe, but I'll drink it anyway. You know what? Like the food, when it gets more painful than pleasure, and I'm so tortured and so beaten to a pulp, maybe I'll surrender and maybe I'll slowly give it up, but no one's going to make me do that. Nobody's going to tell me what I should eat or not eat or do or not do, because I am a compulsive overeater and I follow the gray sheet. And if it's gray sheet abstinence, I could have it. If I need to pay a price for it, that will take me time. Time will take time. Like sometimes the big stuff that I choose, they're ridiculous. It's my eyes are broken. I have a disease called more. The people in the fruit stands hate me. I turn the whole place over and I pull out the biggest thing and everything goes rolling from all over. And all the vegetables, I pick up the biggest because I have 3 raw by lunch. And then I start eating the thing and I'm like, what were you thinking? I can't even eat so much stuff anymore. But it's good for me to remember these things and hear these things and say these things, because then it tells me I'm not cured. I'm in recovery, but I'm not recovered, and this disease ain't going away. So that was without one of the without exceptions. The other without exceptions, in the last 2 weeks, I traveled twice. I flew to Florida for a week, and then I came home a day in between and flew to Detroit. That's also without exceptions. First of all, I run my life around gray sheet, not the other way. When I look for flights, I look at the flight times and I try to work them around my meals. So I should have the least meals needed possibly to be eaten on the airplane and in the airport. And I always take an extra next meal because I never know what will happen. So that's how I work my meals. And I already know what they could take away, and I don't take those stuff. And then I once took a tiny frying pan and they took it out and said, this could be a weapon. I said, please let me keep my little frying pan. By now I already have a doctor's note that says, courtesy, please, she's on special program, whatever. She needs special foods, whatever, in case I need it, in case they think of something I didn't think of. My fats are less than 2 ounces, they're packets, whatever. Without exception means under all and any conditions, all the time, every time. My attitude, like with the vertigo and the traveling and everything, is those things pass. If I pick up the food, it does not pass. I'm not abstinent today. I am not abstinent tomorrow. The gorilla doesn't quit dancing when I'm screaming and crying, I'm tired. You remember those merry-go-rounds in the playground where the little kids get on it and somebody runs around and pushes it and it spins quicker. I want to get off. I'm so nauseous and dizzy, but they keep on pushing it. That's how it's like to be in the food. Being on that merry-go-round, being sick, dizzy, nauseous, yelling, I want to get off, and I can't get off. I cannot get off. I used to have this vision. I'm a very visual person. Being in the food was like going on a highway, like 125 miles per hour, and suddenly there's a concrete wall and I'm going to crash, and I'm yelling and screaming, I'm going to crash, stop, stop, stop. and my brakes fail and I cannot stop. That's how it was for me to be in the food. I would be crying and eating, and no one was forcing me. No one was there. It was stale stuff in the drawer from a week ago. It had mold and I cut away the mold. But that's how it was. I couldn't stop. So let me now go a little bit backwards with the time that I have left. Oh, Laura, you have pictures to show? I sent Laura a bunch of stuff because I don't know how to do this stuff. I'm a tech dummy. So that's beautiful Niagara Falls, but that balloon lady is me. That is right before I started Gray Sheet, about 18 years ago, almost 19 years ago. I thought I looked pretty, I don't know. Yeah, a brother-in-law got married, I had nothing to wear, I borrowed this sack to show up. I always say about this one that such a beautiful scenery and I ruined it. That's the way I felt. Like, take me out of the picture and it's such a beautiful picture. How sad. That is me not caring anymore the way I look. Because I just didn't care. You're kidding me? It just doesn't make a difference anymore. And I don't even care. My sister said, they're nice fat ladies. Let's get our hair done. Let's get nice makeup. I'm like, I don't even care. I wouldn't even waste money on a manicure. This is 3 months on the Gray Sheet. And I was willing to be taken a picture of. I usually didn't want anyone ever. I always offered to take the pictures. I don't want anybody taking pictures of me. But my eyes were so broken, I don't even know what I looked like. So I needed someone to take a picture, show me what's going on here. This is after I lost 100 pounds. That is my 2X clothing. And that's me. So my highest was almost about 250 pounds. And that was 100 something less. But I didn't stay there. I fell off. I had a relapse. I'll tell you about afterwards. So this is 6 months of Gray Sheet. This is myself and my 2 daughters. And it started with a crumb. I gained back 80 pounds faster than you can blink after losing 100 pounds in Gray Sheet. And there you see my sad, depressed eyes with the arm looking like a leg in relapse in Gray Sheet. Back on program, 1 year abstinence. And that is 2 years ago. Funny story with that. I was wearing my skirt under it. I didn't know where my skirt was when I had to change back into my clothing. And a person that cares so much about how much they look, hilarious.
2 minutes, Rachel, 2 minutes.
Okay, that I walked around like that and with the skirt under my gown. That is my 2 daughters wearing my robe. 2 of them together in my robe. 2 people, 2 children, 2 full children fit into my robe. Okay, thanks. So in 2 minutes, I can't tell you my history, but I started dieting when I was 12. I went to Weight Watchers. The lecturer said she never saw such a little girl be so tough on herself. I dieted my whole life. I got married young, 19 years old. I've had it with diets. I got pregnant. I gained 50 pounds. My baby was 7 pounds, not 50. I didn't lose it. I got pregnant again, gained another 50 pounds. Within 2 years after I was married, I was 100 pounds more. So we're talking way over 200 pounds, and I could not get under the 200 mark for the next 20 years. I got into Gray Sheet because a relative came into Gray Sheet and she had lost a lot of weight. Unfortunately, she's out there. She did the banding, she did the bariatric, she did the sleeves, she did whatever. Suffering. I lost 100 pounds in less than 10 months. I went on vacation, picked up a crumb, and gained back 70 plus, 80 plus in a minute. For the next 7 years, I stayed here, but I couldn't get it, and it was excruciating because now I knew there's a solution and it works if you work it. But I had to surrender again and again and again and again. My baby is 19 years old. When he was 1 year old, I got back my abstinence. I celebrated 11 years of abstinence in March. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Lost that 100-something pounds. I literally lost the whole other person. But what I got here more than that is just the peace, the serenity, the dignity, the fellowship, the humility, the gratitude. My way is not always the best way, smartest way, quickest way. There are other ways. People are entitled to have their opinions. Sometimes even their way might be better and smarter than mine.
Time, Rachel.
I hope I said something helpful and hopeful to somebody today. I guess I needed to hear myself. I don't eat no matter what, without exception. Thank you.